Hi everyone, how are you? Em, do you think you could make me the speaker? That'd be good. Hi everyone, how are we all? There's lots of new people on this call, which is really exciting. Look, I just want to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. My name is Natalie Baldock. I'm the National Marketing Director for the Juice Plus company. I've been involved with Juice Plus for 7 years. My primary job is to be a great referrer and sharer of an incredible product, Juice Plus. But my day job, which is what I am quite passionate about, and the things that I do the most, at the moment, is really just talk to people about whole food nutrition and the power in that, and the power in combining a whole food diet and then supplementing with something like Juice Plus to give people health, and give people real health. As a whole food coach, I studied under the Institute of Integrated Nutrition. I coach people who are my customers with Juice Plus, but I also coach one-on-one clients, people with disease, serious disease, but also people with conditions that have been undiagnosed or misdiagnosed, because usually I can find an underlying condition underneath that. But what I find is one of the secrets to health that people will often ask me, I love this question, they go, if you could give someone one tip to what is the secret to health, I always say those who eat more fruit and veg are the ones that I see as the healthier people on the planet. And it really is as simple as that. Live whole food nutrition really heals the whole body. And what I love about Juice Plus more than anything else in the world is that it is whole food nutrition. So when we talk about whole food, a lot of people don't even know what that means. If you're on this call, I'm sure you definitely would. But let me just explain to the novice that may not know, especially since this call is going to be recorded and it may make it out there for the world to see. But whole food is really that which has been picked from a vine, a bush, pulled from the ground, picked from a tree, running on the land or swimming in the ocean or in river systems. So really it's animals and plants. That's a whole food. It's something that has been less tampered with than something that has been processed. So a food that has not been tampered with has been picked from a tree and put into someone's mouth. That is whole food. And when we talk whole food, the highest quality level of whole food is something that is, organic, and even better still, biodynamic. And biodynamic means that which grows in nature without human interaction. So things that grow naturally that you can just pick and eat because that's where they grow, because that's just the way it is. And I love this word organic because when I was growing up as a kid, we didn't have to call fruit and vegetables organic or non-organic. It just was food. And the level of pesticides that were used and the poor quality soil that things were grown in was not a question. It was just eating good quality fruit and veg that hadn't been sprayed. And most of it came from my grandma's garden. So I grew a really big love for healthy food, but I did go off my path from 14 to 28, just being a kid and eating all the wrong foods, introducing all those foods, because that's when I could actually argue with my mother and say, I am having a Vegemite sandwich, I am having a packet of 2-minute noodles after school. You're not here, you're at work, so I'll eat what I want to eat. And my health declined. So from the age of 14 to 28, I really presented with a lot of symptomatic responses to an underlying condition, which was systemic candida. And systemic candida is a bacterial infection in the body, and it was fed by sugar. So the more sugar I ate, the more ferocious it became, and it just really debilitated my immune system. So I had a lot of problems as a woman, endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, irregular periods. I'm not going to talk about it too much because there's probably boys on the phone call. But then I also had a lot of chest infections and throat infections and bronchial infections. And the reason for that was because I was a swimmer. I was in cold water, and it was a weak point. When my immune system was so weak and I'd get out of the pool in wintertime, it was just the thing that was affected the most. And of course, because my immune system was so weak and I was eating so poorly, I had a lot of anxiety through school. I just thought that was normal, just being a teenager, but I just wasn't happy. And, you know, when I got all this right at the age of 28 and started eating a vegetarian diet or a diet rich in vegetables, all of a sudden I started to feel better. I started to crave a better life, and I started to study food and understand food. And that's when I found Juice Plus, in that period, in that time frame. I found it, and it just made perfect sense to me. I mean, it did take me a few months to understand it, because, you know, I thought food in a capsule, I don't know. But I did my due diligence on the product. And then after I had done a lot of research on the product and I decided to take it, I took it religiously every day for 90 days. And that's the first time up to 90 days of being on the product, because I was already eating a lot of fruit and veg. So I was just adding more fruit and veg into my diet in a whole food concentrate. What I found was that I had some regular checkups and my tests came back clear. And this was a test that as a woman I have to have, and you know what test I'm talking about, ladies, but it was the first time in 20 years that I'd had a clear test result. And it really rocked me, because I thought I ate well. You know, the last 5, 6, 7 years I've been focusing on eating a lot of fruit and veg, and I had been feeling better, but I still had irregular cells found on my cervix. So when I had a clear pap smear and I had, you know, been taking Juice Plus for 90 days, it dawned on me that I just was doing one thing wrong. I didn't have the volume and the variety, the broad spectrum base of nutrition in my diet for the amount of energy I was giving out to the world. So it's really that simple. Like, if you're going to get up at 7 in the morning and exercise, and, you know, you're going to run from job to job all day long as a crazy mum, you know, like we are, we're all crazy busy mums who put our kids first. Or if we're going to go to work from 9 to 5 and not have a break, not go in the sun, not eat properly, drink too much coffee, not drink enough water, sit in the aircon all day or the heating all day, you know, it's taxing on the body. And, you know, we need to eat well, but sometimes even eating well isn't enough, because we're not buying good quality fruit and veg, we're not buying organic and biodynamic, and we're not eating the volume of nutrition. And then after work we might want to go on exercise, or, you know, again, or we might want to just run around and do things and go out in the evenings, and we do a couple of big days like that in a row, and the body needs a lot more energy. And where we get energy is from 5 places. 1 is air, 2 is water, 3 is sunlight, 4 is whole food, and 5 is people and interaction. So what happens is, you know, obviously exercise gives you energy too, and that's a really important part of it. But what I'm talking about is that, you know, when we want to be extremely healthy, we need to look at lots of different areas, but whole food nutrition in that group of 5 things that really gives us tons of energy is one of the most important fuels for us to be the healthiest version of ourselves. But even when I ate a juice and a smoothie, and I would have a salad, and I would have veg at night time, you know, I just got healthier, and I just thought I could do more. So I would put more stuff in my day, and I would be up and down, up and down, up and down with my health. And I thought, wow, I'm still eating really well. Why is this happening? And some of those other areas in my life might not have been okay. So when I applied Juice Plus into the mix, and I decided I'm going to start taking Juice Plus, and I got my first clear test result, and I started to feel calmer, and there was less of a desire to run around like a headless chook. There was less of a desire to want to be indoors every day. I started to crave being outside, being in the sunlight, eating a larger range of fruits and vegetables. Like eggplant was not on my spectrum. Red vegetables and orange vegetables were not on my spectrum. Like I was like gag reflex when it came to pumpkin and carrots and things like that. And all of a sudden I was craving pumpkin soup, and I was craving like carrots, and all sorts of things were happening to my body. And it was funny because I always thought that I did okay. And then when I started taking Juice Plus, I realised, wow, is this what it feels like to have so many different plants in your body? And I felt constant energy. And I'll tell you what happened for me was nothing short of a miracle. I just had a baby and my hormones were so out of whack and I was so adrenally fatigued. And someone stole my car park at the shopping centre, and I think I nearly ripped this person's head off. And it wasn't in my nature to be like that. I was really exhausted, and I was like, I'll be driving, I'm out for 10 minutes and I'll just need that car park. And I was like, rah! And it was awful, you know. But I remember taking Juice Plus, and I'd been on Juice Plus for about 3 or 4 weeks, I think, maybe even less time. And somebody stole my car park, in exactly the same car park, same supermarket. And I remember being in the car and just going, oh, well, I'll just get another car park, you know. And I thought, oh, that happened for a reason. It happened for a reason to show me that when I'm nutritionally supported, you actually have an amazing nervous system that is so supported by nutrition that you actually want, or you actually are, a lot calmer. You're just at peace. So what Juice Plus is scientifically proven to do is that it's proven to reduce inflammation. So we have multiple studies that showcase Juice Plus reduces inflammation within the body. So if you're adrenally fatigued, you've got a lot of inflammation in the nervous system. So when it is reduced, then all of a sudden you're calmer. And we have multiple studies on Juice Plus that showcase that Juice Plus increases the immune system. So we have 5 studies that showcase that it improves the immune system. We have multiple studies that showcase that Juice Plus actually gives excellent heart health. Now that's huge, because I think as a woman, I was told just a couple of years ago that the biggest killer of women today is heart disease. And I didn't know that. And all of a sudden, as soon as I knew that fact, I just started hearing about this person and this person and this person that suffered with a heart attack, and this person who had, died of this heart disease. And it really was quite alarming. So what we do know to be true is that Juice Plus protects the heart, and it actually feeds nutrition into the heart wall. So it's really powerful stuff. We also know that Juice Plus, actually, we have 2 studies, and both these studies showcase that microcirculation to the skin is improved. You can see microcirculation to the skin. I've got really red cheeks, very circulating tonight. That's because I've got the heater on. It's quite hot. But no, microcirculation to the skin means that nutrition in the blood is actually reaching the surface of your skin. And what I loved the most about taking Juice Plus, and aesthetically, was that my skin was in a much better place. I had terrible skin when I started Juice Plus, and now I have, fairly good skin, and not bad for a 41-year-old. So, I'm quite happy with the way that it is now. But Juice Plus is really just a whole food concentrate. It is fruits, it is veg, and it is berries in a capsule. And what Juice Plus is, when we talk about growing, is that we don't grow any produce in Australia. And the reason being is that the topsoil here is about 8 centimetres deep, which means that if the roots penetrate that 8 centimetres, it's really just sitting in nutrient deficient soil and growing in a place that does not provide a good environment for the plants to grow well. So Juice Plus is grown along the San Andreas fault line in California. Somebody who's got their mute back. There we go. Okay, sorry guys, that was a bit noisy. So Juice Plus actually is grown on the San Andreas fault line in California. And, you know, there's topsoil here is 8 meters deep. And that means that it is volcanic, it is earthy, it is rich, but it is full of the 13 essential minerals that we need for growing excellent quality fruit and veg that's nutrient rich. Now, fruit and veg grown in the 70s was 40% more nutritious than it is today in Australia. But on the San Andreas fault line, the fruit and veg that is grown in this area is so nutritious, it is almost the closest thing you could get to biodynamic. It is just so beautiful. And what I love about what we do as a company is that we have contracts with each and every one of the farmers, 10 and 20-year contracts. And what we do is we say, we will pay you, the farmer, X amount of dollars per year for whatever yield you can provide. So in a global financial crisis, we actually have excellent relationships and contracts with our farmers. And what they do, they grow these beautiful organic fruit and veg, and it is 3rd and 4th generation farmed fruit and veg, so they have experience. They rotate all their crops. They use no pesticides and chemicals on their produce. And so what we have is something that is far superior quality than even the fruit and veg you could get at the markets. Like, it really is good quality fruit and veg. And when the fruit and veg is vine ripened, so the apple has gone bright red and it's ready to eat, we pick it and then we juice it instantly. So it goes into a large juicing facility and it's juiced straight away. And then we take the juice to an encapsulation plant and we encapsulate it by dehydrating the juice and reserving the minerals, the vitamins and the antioxidants and the enzymes. Now, the product is sugar-free. And the reason why it's sugar-free is the only analogy I can give you is that when you go to the beach, you jump in the ocean and then you have salt on your skin and you can feel that salt on your skin. You can even sometimes see it. See, salt and sugar particles are much denser. And so when they spin and dehydrate in the vats, the sugar and the salt is completely separated from the nutrition. So the produce that we have, the end product that we have is really like a cold pressed juice. And when you see the sediment in the bottom, so we remove the water, sugar, the salt, and the fibre, and what you're left with is this incredible whole food concentrate, bar the sugar. No wheat, no yeast, tested to 20 parts per 1 million for gluten. You can't test any lower. In America, we're gluten-free. In Australia, we are not classified as gluten-free. However, you cannot test any lower than that. It is to us gluten-free, but we can't say that it is. I have many celiac clients on Juice Plus. They find Juice Plus perfectly fine, and what we do is we introduce it to them slowly. Anyone that's gluten intolerant can take it straight away. Absolutely fine. The product itself has a capsule. It's in a capsule, and it's a vegan capsule made from pullulan. And pullulan is tapioca starch. And it will digest in the body very quickly. So it's around 14 minutes in the body when that capsule is fully digested. And the content of the capsule releases into the gut and then into the lymphatic system, which pushes the nutrition around the body. And on tonight's call, The Science of Juice Plus with Dr. Tamara Hunter, I was listening in, and she said the more water you drink with Juice Plus, the further the nutrition moves around the body. And that's really interesting, because I remember trying to take my Juice Plus with sips of water and thinking I didn't feel as good. I felt good, but I didn't feel as good. And now I take it with 2 big glasses of water, and I actually feel really alive when I take it. Like, I feel so connected when I take it. And sometimes I go, right, and I play around with it a bit. Sometimes I go, I think I'll take more and drink even more water, and I even feel better again. So really, it's like putting the water back into the nutrition of the fruit and veg. It's a really, really, really powerful, powerful product. So for me, what Juice Plus is and has always been was that thing that bridged the gap between what I wasn't eating and what I should be eating. But the shoulds is really hard because I'm not organic and biodynamic 100% of the time. In actual fact, I don't think I'm even that 50% of the time. I try my hardest, but, you know, as a food coach, you know, I want to be perfect, but at the same time, perfect separates me from people. So I really want to feel like the average Australian does at times and connect to them on that level. You know, I know what it's like to have a salad from Coles and Woolies. I know what it's like to have a salad from the markets. I know what it's like to have an organic salad. But I also know what it's like to eat really well and take Juice Plus, and the feeling and the effects on the body is profound. What I love about the company more than anything else, and one of the reasons why I signed into the business and decided to become a distributor for Australia, was that at the time when I started 7 years ago, they had 545,000 children around the world on Juice Plus for free because we have a children's health study. So when I'm a paying adult, I get to sponsor a child for up to 3 years for free. They get complimentary product. And I was so excited by this because you've got your fruit, your veg and your berry blend for the adults, and then you've got your fruit and veg blend for the children. It's exactly the same formula. However, it's bound in a gummy formula with, you know, with a very natural sweetener. And this gummy formula was a way that kids could appreciate taking, you know, a nutritional support each and every day. So I loved it for that reason. And one of the reasons why I want to share this with you is that 545,000 times the price of the product was, you know, times the price of the product was $17 million a month that Juice Plus was donating to children. And so I was I was emotional and about that. And so now it's been 7 years that I've been working for Juice Plus and with Juice Plus, and we have 1,050,000 children on the study now. Now, that's not including the kids that went through the study and have come out the study. I'm talking right now, we have 1 million plus kids on the study, which is Juice Plus is donating currently $35 million per month. You know, it's over $400 million a year we're donating to children. So this is why I love the actual business. So here we have this product, fruit, veg and berry blend, and then we have the same for the children, just the fruit and veg blend. And then we have, that's called our micronutrition formula. Now, we also have our macronutrition formula, which is our shakes. Now, I was never a fan of shakes, never. I was like, I'm not taking shakes. I'm going to eat my food. I'm not doing that. That's just going to another level. But do you know what? I was really wrong, really wrong. Juice Plus Complete is actually a perfect blend of good fats, good proteins and good plant-based nutrition. Now, I coach on this. I teach a methodology called How to Plate Up. It's the 30-60-10 rule. 30% protein, 10% fat, 60% plants. And basically Complete is that. And this is a great way just to add this nutrition to an already existing shake. So I thought, right, what can I do? Okay, I'm going to have half a beetroot. I'm going to have a cup of berries. I'm going to have a tablespoon of goji berries. I'm going to put some macadamia nut milk in there, coconut oil, and then I'm going to put in my vanilla Complete or my chocolate Complete. I'm going to blend it up, and I'm just going to have food with food. And what happened for me after taking the Complete with my Juice Plus religiously each and every day is huge levels of focus. Huge levels of results in the gym. You know, I I feel like I've got constant energy. I get to maintain my weight. I get to feel good and connected. And also, it's one of those things that I can give Taj every day because we have it in chocolate or vanilla. But I can give it to him, and it's a really good way to get nutrition in him. But also, too, when I'm on the run and I'm in the car, I've got 5 or 6 sachets in the glove box of my car, and I'm always just grabbing for those. And I've got my bottle of water, and I just shake it up and off I go. So we only have those 3 products. Now, I should have them with me, and I don't. Jade or Emily, can you do me a favour if you've got the products, and we'll just show everyone on the call, and we'll just go to that screen. I don't want to leave people because I'd have to find them in the back of my car, which was very unorganised. I'm deeply sorry. So Jade, there she is. Okay, so Jade's showing you the red, the green, and the purple. Wait, let's have a look in video. And that's the Juice Plus Complete. And can you show us the bottles again, Jadey? The fruit, the veg, and the berry blend. Okay, so that is the 3 bottles there. And can you do me a favour, just one of those bottles, can you flip it around? Thanks, Jade. So on the back here, you can see, pull it back a little bit, babe, so it's not blurry. Perfect. So you can see here it's got apples, pineapples. You know, you can see that it's got the acerola cherry on there, the peaches, the prunes, the papaya. It doesn't have a vitamin label. It has a food label. So this is really food. You have 7 fruit, 10 berry, 10 veg. And basically what you've got there is 26, 27 fruits, veg and berries in capsules that we have just picked and we have juiced and put the concentrate into capsules. It's really, really, really simple formula. So that's our products, and the reason why I have been involved with the company for such a long time is that as a food coach, giving people this supplement is the only supplement that has research and works that I have seen with this integrity and this bioavailability into the body. So does anybody have any questions? Down the bottom here, there's a chat section. It's a little bubble. If you click on that and you want to ask any questions, you can, about the product, the price, you want to talk about something to do with health. We'll answer questions for 5 minutes. Everyone's typing. Carla, if you're not well, babe, you need bone broth, yes. Hot honey and lemon water. If it's in your throat, do some coconut oil pulling. And warm food all day long, not cold food. So no questions? Okay, do you know what? That's okay. I'm just going to quickly talk for 2 more minutes, and then there may be some questions while we're here. I want to talk about the price of Juice Plus. Juice Plus for me was the most affordable supplement that I could possibly get my hands on. When I looked at my range of supplements, my magnesium, my multivitamins, my omegas, my gut formulas, my probiotics and everything, I was spending about $200 a month. Juice Plus is $117 a month for fruit, veg and berry for 12,500 nutrients. So Juice Plus has such a large range of nutrients. We're not an isolated or synthetic supplement. We're not a multivitamin. We are whole food nutrition. So we have everything and more than you could ever get from any multivitamin. And because it's food and the molecular structure of the food, or the protein molecule of the food in Juice Plus, has hardly been compromised. The body recognises it as food. So the body goes, oh, thank you, I've just been nutritionally fed. So 12,500 nutrients. I call it bombing the body full of good nutrition or crowding out the cravings. One of the things that I noticed straight away when I started taking Juice Plus is I stopped craving sugar. I became calmer. My skin got better over time, and I lost 8 kilos over 8 months, which I didn't care about losing any weight. I wasn't interested. That's not what I was wanting to do. It was just a byproduct of being healthier, you know, and obviously I just had a baby, so I had a little bit of put on me, but I was quite happy. But I lost that 8 kilos and have been able to, you know, semi-maintain that over the last 7 years, according to, you know, well, taking my Juice Plus, which is great. So, let's have a look. No questions. Okay, so there aren't any questions. The other thing is that the complete works out to be under $4 a sachet. The Juice Plus works out to be $3.90 a day. So you're really for, you know, $8 a day, which is what you pay for a cup of coffee and a muffin. Juice Plus is extremely affordable. And what I would do every morning is take my 2, 2 and 2 capsules of Juice Plus, and I would have my smoothie and pack some extra nutrition into that, make a good 750 meals, take that with me to work, and that really gets me right through until lunchtime. And then what I do crave at lunchtime is something extremely healthy because I've had all that nutrition in my body prior. And that is one of the biggest recipes for success in weight loss, and one of the biggest recipes for success with healing the body is when you get your daily method of operation together. Okay, someone's saying Juice Plus for recovery in terms of sport. What do you see in your clients? Look, I work with Samantha Gash. She's been a client of mine. I worked in the area of nutrition and Juice Plus with her for a few years now. And Sam had a debilitating gut problem, which when she used to run 250 kilometres at a time. She did the 4 deserts. So she did Atacama, she did Central Australia, the Sahara Desert, different deserts around the world. And for about 7 days after, her recovery was shocking, and she had gastro really badly because the oxidative stress of running in that heat just churned her gut health up. We put her on, obviously, a really good whole food diet and Juice Plus, and Sam's has never had any gut problems since. I find, Jade will also tell you, she's on the call if she wants to chime in at all. I find personally with my clients is that instead of their recovery being 72 hours, it can be somewhere between 12 and 24 now. So they'll have muscle soreness for 12 to 24 hours, which means they can get back in the gym better and quicker and build on what they already have done. We've got the whole German Olympic team on Juice Plus, the entire German Olympic team. So Germany, Juice Plus is huge, and the German Olympic team, the government actually sponsors them all, which is amazing. And we've got a lot of athletes in Australia on Juice Plus. We actually have an athletes page called juiceplusathletes.com, which you can go and check out at any point in time you want to. Jared, did you want to say anything else on that?
Yeah, I totally agree with what you were saying. I definitely see the clients that I have that use Juice Plus along with their sessions with me see far greater results than my clients that I don't get to support nutritionally. So, yeah, that's definitely something I see a great advantage and change. And, you know, I see them change in terms of they're the ones that are wanting to train even if it's a public holiday. They're the ones that are training 3 times a week, not once a week. They're the ones that are seeing the difference, not only themselves, but their friends are commenting. So, and they're the ones that aren't calling in sick even in winter when we're training outside, you know, at 6 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, I completely agree. It's always good hearing how people are going with their, you know, sport, because I think a lot of people start training and think that that's going to be the answer to their health journey when, you know, we know that what you put in your body is what you're going to get out in your training.
Yeah, and also too, Jade, you're saying a friend's asking you about pregnancy and Juice Plus.
Yeah.
I wish I had Juice Plus when I was pregnant with Taj, and I think every single Juice Plus mother says the same thing. But we have had that many amazing babies born when the mother was on Juice Plus for the entire pregnancy. They're always healthy and always really chubby. But Dr. Tamara Hunter, her call that she did tonight before this one, she was talking about the science of Juice Plus. She's actually an obstetrician and gynecologist, I should say, and an exercise physiologist. And she has been recommending Juice Plus for 13 years. Outside of her business as a doctor, she cannot recommend it to her clients, but outside of her business, she has been recommending Juice Plus to everyone she ever meets. And what she does do is she can also teach people about the different types of foods that you need to eat, to be a healthy mummy and have a baby in your belly. But what I love about Tamara is that she personally takes Juice Plus. She's been taking it for 13 years and swears by it. And she has now got a very, very, very big business in Juice Plus because outside of her business, because she believes in it so much as a doctor. So a doctor believing in nutrition, that's amazing. So yes, Juice Plus is excellent for pregnancy. It has enough folate and enough iron if you take a regular daily dose for a pregnant woman. And a lot of mothers just stopped Elevate and took Juice Plus, and it was profound for them. Okay, so tonight there was a girl. She said she went to boxing tonight. There was supposed to be 9 people there. 6 people didn't show up because they had the flu. I don't get colds anymore. That's great, Rebecca. JP and mental health. Okay, so this is a really big thing right now, and I don't know if anyone else is as concerned as I am, but mental health seems to be everywhere. Mental health issues seems to be everywhere. Juice Plus is an amazing support system for mental health issues, and I'll tell you why. Juice Plus is scientifically proven to reduce inflammation. Now, when you have mental health issues, you have inflammation in the brain. So if you're taking Juice Plus and it reduces the inflammation and starts to feed it nutrition, well, what do you think happens? I mean, this is the most amazing thing. My close girlfriend, Tracy, and she's really close with Jade as well. Both of us, we've known her a long time. She suffered with depression, and when she started taking her Juice Plus, her depression lifted, completely lifted. And, I find it fascinating that, fruits and vegetables help with depression. I mean, who would have thought? But think about it, right? So if you're going to eat McDonald's each and every day, you're going to eat bread each and every day, or dairy each and every day, additives, preservatives, chemicals, sugar, all that stuff, it puts a lot of pressure on the gut, and the gut talks to the brain. There's a nervous connection between gut and brain. So if you're feeding yourself the right food and you're feeding it with amazing nutrition like green smoothies, beautiful salads, beautiful vegetables at night time, eggs and greens in the morning, and lots of good fat, and you're going to feel amazing. So Juice Plus is one way to become a catalyst for mental health. So take your Juice Plus every day. Your mood starts to lift, and then you start to eat better, and all of a sudden you've got all of a sudden a person that says, I don't even know who that person was that came to see you 2-3 weeks ago. I feel so different. I feel so peaceful. And I've got 100 stories like that. I won't bore you, but if you know anyone with mental health issues, please share Juice Plus with them. Please, it's really important that you do. Do you think it will help with schizophrenia? Okay, schizophrenia is it's a condition that is quite serious, especially for the person that has it, but around the family around too. Look, more plants can never hurt anything. I mean, Juice Plus and any mental health condition I think is really important. But with schizophrenia, it's a very different type of disease. It will put less pressure on the brain. I can't say whether it will or it won't do anything, but I can say it will make that person healthier, and they may see some form of recovery. Slow, but there will be some recovery. Epilepsy. Okay, I'm supposed to be working and with some people in the area of epilepsy coming up very shortly. Look, yes, I'm not saying it heals epilepsy. What I'm saying is it starts to heal the nervous system. Now, we know what epilepsy is. It's a nervous condition. So when the nervous system is healed, yes, but also you've got to remember that the nervous system is fed on fat. So you've got to eat as much fat as you possibly can. Butter, coconut oil must be a part of your diet. So if you're going to have a big plate of veggies, put some butter on it. Or if you're going to roast veggies, roast it in coconut oil and salt and herbs. You know, make sure you've got lots of fat in your diet. Put almond oil in your diet. Eat almonds, avocados, fish, olives, all that stuff. Put lots of fat in your diet. So I always say to everybody, have a big salad and have a little bit of fat. You know, so put some avocado, some nuts and some dressing on there, and then put some protein on there. So whatever that might be, tempeh, you know, fish, eggs, whatever it be, but make sure you've got 20 to 30% protein, 60% plants and 10 to 20% fat. Now, when you've got mental health issues, epilepsy or Parkinson's or any kind of nervous condition, you've got to load up the fat in your diet and make sure the fat is coming from excellent sources. Organic grass-fed butter, certified organic cold-pressed coconut oil, certified organic olive oil, certified organic nuts and seeds, deep sea fish, not farmed fish, because farmed fish is fed wheat and that's no good. You're just eating wheat and fish together. It's like having fish fingers, really. But, you know, just be really careful. If you do know somebody with epilepsy or Parkinson's, you know, they need to eat more fat in their diet, but they can't go from a non-fat diet to a fat diet overnight, okay? Juice Plus will support that. It's everything slowly. There's no studies on eczema. We don't do any studies on disease. We do lifestyle factors only. But Noreen McDonald, who is a naturopath in New Zealand, suffered with eczema and psoriasis for 25 years. She was a naturopath who gave herself a myriad of supplements to keep it at bay. And she started taking Juice Plus, and within 2 weeks, her eczema and psoriasis disappeared. She hasn't had it since. She went off every other supplement, just took Juice Plus, and her skin healed because Juice Plus is proven to improve microcirculation to the skin. So that's really interesting. But if you've got eczema, you can't eat wheat and you can't have dairy. So you've got to go gluten-free and dairy-free, which means you just got to eat fruit and veg and protein and fat, which is how we're supposed to be eating anyway. Somebody's asking me here about, someone said they've been anxiety-free since taking Juice Plus, so very grateful. Oh, that's Anna Nicole. Hey, darling. Yeah, she has actually. Anna Nicole and I are really good friends. We talked about that the other day, is that her anxiety was through the roof. And can I share your story a little bit, Anna Nicole? She had a breakdown after working in a business for a long time, and she had to leave work for a couple of months to have time for herself just to breathe. And then she obviously got back on her feet. She found Juice Plus, started taking it, and her anxiety has disappeared. So another big success story for Juice Plus. But these stories are so common. They really are common. So if you want to know more, please ask the person that invited you onto the call. And if you are a distributor, please know that sharing this with people is going to change and transform lives. So please keep sharing it. It's such a gift. I mean, I love this gift. It's my vehicle for change. This is how I change the world, is really giving people this gift and speaking about this particular product and whole food healing each and every single day. This is all I do every single day, and I love it. So anyway, we're going to leave it now. We have done 45 minutes of a call. Jade Baxter, Emily Burns. We always go over. But I love you guys, and thank you for your time. And if there are any more questions, please just ask the person that invited you onto the call or just private message me. Okay. Good night, everyone.